È qui con noi Nizar Kinsella, goal.com, a cui diamo il benvenuto. Hi Nizar, good evening.
Hi, ciao.
Ciao, perfetto,
Ciao.
perfect. Ciao. How are you, Nizar?
I'm good. I'm tired. It's a big story, Chelsea,
Oh.
so a little bit tired, guys.
Yes. Chaos. Completely chaos right now. And the first question is about Chelsea. What's the future? What's happened right now?
Yeah, Chelsea is, in trouble, I guess. They've been sanctioned. Roman Abramovich has been sanctioned. So what that means is the UK government has frozen Chelsea's assets, so they can't make any money anymore. They can't bring in money from ticket sales. They can't, take prize money from the competitions. They're in the FA Cup, they're in the Champions League. Roman Abramovich, they want to get rid of him. They want to remove him from the club. Roman Abramovich is no longer welcome in the United Kingdom. He's no longer welcome in England. He's no longer welcome at Chelsea, according to our government. So it's a big problem for the club. It's never happened before, something like this. But these are extraordinary times where we're seeing a war in Europe. We're seeing people dying in Ukraine. It's a very dangerous situation in terms of, even our countries. In Italy, we're too close to the danger. In England, we're too close to the danger. So the UK government, as a sort of war tactic, are attacking the Russian oligarchs, the billionaires, and Roman Abramovich is one of those people. So they want to take away everything from him, from this country. They want to damage his wealth, and they want to weaken him. And they criticized him heavily as well. They said that he's a close associate of Vladimir Putin. They said he's pro-Kremlin, and they also said that he's helping the war effort in Ukraine. So these are big things they're saying. It's causing Chelsea big problems for the future. They need to find a way out of this situation for the future of the football club.
Now I translate for the people who are watching us. Nizar diceva, ci ha spiegato qual è la situazione del Chelsea in questo momento, situazione che è caotica, ma è la seguente: il governo in UK ha congelato completamente gli assets presenti in Inghilterra, in UK, di Roman Abramovich. Questo perché è stato criticato molto l'oligarca russo per essere vicino a Vladimir Putin. Insieme a Abramovich sono tanti gli oligarchi russi presenti in Inghilterra che sono stati sanzionati in questo modo dal governo UK. Lui, Abramovich, ha una squadra però al Chelsea, e questo si ripercuote pesantemente sul Chelsea, perché in questo momento il Chelsea non può essere venduto, non può vendere biglietti per le partite, non può incassare dal merchandising delle partite, potrà andare avanti a giocare, questo perché gli viene concesso il minimo sindacale. Ci sono, ad esempio, potranno andare allo stadio solamente gli abbonati, non vendere altri biglietti, però la situazione è completamente caotica, in grande divenire. Il Chelsea è di fatto congelato in questo momento. Situazione complicatissima. Another question that I want to make you is about Azpilicueta, Christensen and Rudiger. Next summer they are free to sign with another club, but what happens to them? The first two, so Christensen and Azpilicueta, are near Barcelona, we know, but Rudiger, there is an opportunity, a possibility to see him again in Italy in Serie A, or no?
Well, that would be great for Serie A. He's been amazing for Chelsea. Maybe the best player in Chelsea. Yeah, so good. He's a crazy guy though, but he's great. Antonio Rudiger first. He's Chelsea have made an offer for Antonio Rudiger to make him the highest paid defender in this club's history. This was before, the sanctions and Abramovich and all these problems. They made this offer, and now they can't sign him because one of the rules from the sanctions, from the the license that Chelsea are allowed to carry on with, they cannot sign any new contracts for players. So Rudiger, all of a sudden, he can maybe leave. It's a big problem for Chelsea, especially like you said, because Andreas Christensen, for sure, he's very close to Barcelona. Some people even say he's already signed. He's already, agreed the deal. So, in my opinion, the people, my sources say he's not signed yet. He's not, but it's very close, in my opinion, very, very close. And Chelsea, they're not dealing very well with Christensen. There's problems big problems between Chelsea and Christensen. And Azpilicueta, similarly, Barcelona are very confident of signing him. They've got a great deal on the table for him. Chelsea's deal is not as good as Barcelona's deal. Azpilicueta has not signed anything yet, that's for sure. But Barcelona are very, very confident they can get him. But even if Chelsea wanted to sign him, they can't, because the rules are stopping them. They can't make any deals. They can't do any transfers. They can't do any contracts. So, the longer this carries on, the more likely, all three are going to leave. And that's a big problem. 3 defenders leaving the best defense in Europe is a big problem.
Sì, certo che tutti e 3 lasceranno il club, perché tra le varie sanzioni, tutto il fatto che sono congelati, il Chelsea non può neanche più firmare altri nuovi contratti, per cui non può rinnovare il contratto a questi giocatori che andranno in scadenza. In più, certo che Azpilicueta ormai non è ancora ufficiale la sua firma al Barcellona, ma è vicinissimo, certo è vicinissimo al Barcellona. Discorso molto simile anche per Azpilicueta. L'offerta che ha sul tavolo dal Barcellona è importantissima, più alta rispetto a quella che gli ha fatto il Chelsea per il rinnovo. Il Chelsea vorrebbe rinnovare Rudiger, perché perdere 3 difensori in quella che lui ha definito come la difesa più forte d'Europa, tutti insieme a parametro zero, è un grosso problema. Rudiger quindi potrebbe non rinnovare con il Chelsea per questo motivo. Il Chelsea in questo momento non può fisicamente, non può formalmente rinnovare il contratto a Rudiger, e quindi tutti e 3 lasceranno il club in estate. Another question is about Christian Pulisic. In UK, in the last day, he is linked to Juventus. So I want to know if it's a concrete possibility, something you verified?
I've heard he's not happy, but I can't verify that Juventus is one of the clubs. It would be interesting for him. It's the right kind of club, I think. But yeah, he wasn't so happy in Chelsea for a little while because he wasn't playing so much. He played the least amount of minutes out of all the attackers for a while. Now he's gone back ahead of Timo Werner. He's actually playing very well. So, these situations can change very quickly. The other problem actually is, this is quite a funny one. You might not know about it, but Chelsea can't sell players. They're not allowed to sell players until a new owner comes in. So as long as Roman Abramovich is here, you can't sell players. They can't buy, they can't sell.
Oh, it's completely crazy. Il Chelsea in questo momento fa la situazione principale, che il Chelsea non solo non può comprare, ma non può nemmeno vendere i giocatori, quindi sono bloccati lì. Ha detto che Pulisic è un nome che può esserci per la Juventus. La Juventus è uno dei club interessati a Christian Pulisic. Secondo lui è anche uno dei club in cui potrebbe fare bene, l'americano, quindi ha dato anche il suo parere su questo. Ma poi, come detto, il problema è che il Chelsea in questo momento non può comprare e vendere giocatori. Situazione incredibile, mai vista.
Quindi la soluzione è far rientrare i giocatori in prestito, magari come Bakayoko. Ecco, questo potresti anche chiedere.
One of the solutions, said Martin Sartorio, is to take back the players on loan, so like Bakayoko.
Yeah, I don't think Chelsea like to hear this word anymore. I'm sorry. It's the same as Milan, I don't know.
Ha detto che probabilmente il Chelsea non è che lo vorrebbe tantissimo indietro, nemmeno al Milan in questo momento lo vogliono molto, ma il Chelsea sicuramente sono un pochino più in difficoltà a riportarselo indietro. Ecco. Non lo vuole nessuno in questo momento, Bakayoko. Questa è la situazione. The last question is a $1 million question. Why Lukaku was so bad until now with Chelsea? We can't explain in Italy.
Yeah, I guess the first thing to understand is Chelsea plays very different to Inter. So, Antonio Conte, the football, it's very direct, it's very intense, very physical. It was built for the striker. Lautaro Martinez was the perfect strike partner. He comes to Chelsea, right? Chelsea plays different. They're a pressing team. They're on the front foot. They play a bit like Liverpool or something like that. You need to be the smaller, quicker guys. They're the better strikers for Chelsea's system. They won the Champions League with Timo Werner, with Havertz, with Mason Mount. These kind of players, they played the system. It makes it hard to score against Chelsea because they're forwards. They're always so aggressive, trying to win the ball, straight away. And that's how Chelsea defends. That's why they're so good at defending. Sometimes they don't score enough goals, so they sign Lukaku, one of the best strikers in the world. But they sign a striker who is one of the best in the world, but he can't play in this style of football. And this annoys Lukaku. You know, Chelsea's not playing to his strengths. He has to change. Chelsea's not changing for him. He has to change for Chelsea, but he can't. It's the same problem he had at Manchester United as well, because the defenders maybe in England are more stronger physically, so he can't dominate them. There's another problem for Lukaku. He also gets an injury. He gets COVID. He does a terrible interview with Sky Italia, which was, you know, I speak to people all the time, you know, and everyone around Chelsea thinks this was the stupidest interview, you know, for a long, long time. And Lukaku is an intelligent guy, but he just made a big mistake. And you know, I speak to the guys at Chelsea a lot, and they think that this interview has put more pressure on him as well. You know, the fans don't like him anymore. They think he's trying to change back to Inter or something like that. So the fans are really angry at Romelu Lukaku, and every time he misses a chance, they attack him, and he doesn't feel any love. And I think Lukaku needs to feel the love. You know, he needs to be loved. He wants to be loved. He wants to be a big striker that's the main guy in the team, and he's not. And now he's sitting on the bench. Kai Havertz is playing better than him, and Kai Havertz deserves to start all the games. So it's a problem. Can Chelsea manage the ego of Lukaku, their highest paid player, their record signing, when he's just sat on the bench every week? For me, it's a big problem.
You described perfectly the situation of Lukaku, but now I think, why the hell they bought him? Why?
Goals. It was for the goals. Yeah. And
for that.
Yeah, and he scores the goals. He did it for Inter, you know. He's one of Chelsea's top scorers, but you know, goals isn't enough. At the highest level of football, actually, goals isn't enough. You need to play for a system. You can't be an individual. You need to fit the system. And Chelsea do this mistake too often, you know. That's why they have so many players on loan, like Bakayoko, because they sign all these guys, and the system and the style changes, and they need to stay focused on one system, one style, like Liverpool do, like Manchester City, and just focus on creating, you know, a vision, a style that suits Chelsea. And Lukaku doesn't fit that, and I don't know how they're going to fix it. I don't understand how they can fix this problem. It's too big to fix.
Nizar, what a player you are. Thank you to be here with us. Thank
No
you
problem.
so much. And good night, good evening.
Good night. Take care.